Have you ever noticed that every time you try to make a decision, something inside of you pulls you into two different directions? I want to bring you to the alertness or the awareness of what this is. If you're new here, hi, I'm Shanice. I help moms, high functioning moms, to heal from overachieving, overworking, and to be able to steal their nervous system so they will be able to walk with confidence, um, confidence, and courage. And today I want to talk about these two voices or this war within yourself that you know that something is warring in between you, but just you don't know the language for it. You don't have the language for it. You know that you're indecisive. You know it's hard for you to make decisions. And I want to say this: you're not indecisive. It's not hard for you to make decisions. It's what you was taught in your belief system that it's time for you to shift and begin to believe something different. You have the power to make the right decisions. You know how to make decisions because God has gave you the inner wisdom to be able to do so. One voice says you should, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to break it down. One voice tells you you can handle it, push through. Another voice tells you just do it. But a part of you, like, out of what if I make the wrong decisions? What if this does not work out? What if? And then you have this, I'm going to make decisions for other people. What does that look like? I want to do this, but if I do this, it's going to upset this person. Or I want to go buy this, but if I go buy this, I'm not going to be able to do this for this person. If you are toiling between this is people pleasing that you need to destroy at the root. Many women, you think that you're indecisive, but it's not. The truth is something deeper. Something deeper is happening. It's your survival girl and your inner child that's fighting for a place inside your decisions. Let me explain. They want to keep you safe. Your inner child want to keep you safe. Survival girl lacks vulnerability. So you have, they both goal is to keep you safe, but they have different agendas. We grew up in environments where we was not taught to lean on, we was taught to lean on our own understanding. We was not taught to seek God for decisions. I don't know about you, but I was taught that I couldn't even question God. We was not taught to trust our own voice. And now, let me say this. I want you to understand when I mean by trust your own voice, I'm talking about the wisdom that God placed inside of you. And everyone knows what I'm talking about. And we say it all the time. We give our gut credit when it's not our gut. It's not our intuition. It's our God's positioning system that he speaks to all of us because all of us is his children. And we even know certain things that other people don't know. Like, we would say things like, I knew that was going to happen. That's why I didn't go. Who you think that was? Your intuition, your gut? No, that baby, that was God. So you were taught to second guess your decision. You was taught that the world was not safe. So they kept you on high alert. And when you're living on high alert, your body produces false energy, which is why survival girl is born. So your inner child births survival girl. And survival girl is not vulnerable. Survival girl is hard. Survival girl, now we gotta, you know what I'm saying, pat survival girl on the back because she got you through some hard seasons. However, you was never meant to stay in that sense of identity. And I'm going to talk more about survival girl. Survival girl says, I'll handle it. I'll push through. I'll keep everybody happy. But beneath survival girl is a wounded inner child who never felt safe enough to make decisions. So every decision creates internal confliction. Survival girl looks strong on the outside. But she's actually exhausted. The survival girl learned roles. You learn roles. It's roles to survival girl. It's the people pleaser. It's the strong one, the overachiever, the silent one, the angry one. But I want to stop and talk about the angry one real quick. Because a lot of us have we know children that's angry. But underneath that anger is a hurt little girl, a fearful little girl, somebody not feel seen and heard. That's why she come off with a bad attitude. The survival girl is not the real you. She's the armor you built. Now, I want to talk about something for a second. In my new book, and the link is going to be under this video, on pages 10, I talk about survival girl. I talk about breaking survival identities, which is people pleasing, the silent one, the overachiever, the strong one, the angry one. Who are you beneath those titles? Who are you? And then in section 7, I talk about the inner child needing safety, to be heard, protection, validation, to be seen, affection. And I want you, I want you to write about if she could speak, what would she say? And then I want you to imagine God speaking to her. What will be God's response? The inner child role is to hold early beliefs. So she holds the key to that tension inside your body being released. She holds the key from you being froze from fear. She holds the key of emotional wounds the last time you tried to make a decision. She holds the key to shame because you were shamed for making a decision. You know, that was dumb of you. Why would you even think to do that? Like, what was you even thinking? And you shut down. She never learned to trust God voice leading her. She didn't know it was her inner wisdom. And the reason why a lot of people do not go after their inner wisdom and don't trust it, because wisdom surpasses human intellect. This creates an inner tension when it goes to making decisions. You are one push, one decision, one yes to your next abundant living that God has for you. This is why you keep overthinking your decisions. The enemy knows what to use. Let me get her to overthink. Let me get her to second guess. Let me get her to stay stuck. Let me get her to feel this anxiety in her body. And I talk about this. Let me get the page inside my book. And like I said, it's in the things that I'm talking to you about to help you to move forward in decision making. I talk about that in section 3. We talk about somatic healing. Like, you want to get in your body to know what your body feels when you're finna make these decisions, because your body like I said, she holds those emotional wounds. Those emotional wounds come with sensations in your body. So once you start figuring out what those sensations is, you will know, oh, this is a memory. Something is trying to tell me something to try to get me out to bypass this. Maybe this is this anxiety in my chest, or this school or me biting my lip, because I bite my lip when I'm making decisions. Somewhere I'm warring. Why am I warring? What is God is saying? And what am I leaning my own understanding? And who do I need to follow here? Clearly, I need to follow God. So if this decision makes sense to me in my emotions, because survival girl, it keeps me safe, then that means I need to pick the other decision, because that is God leading me out of my comfort zone. Survival girl, so you have this, so breeds this inner tension when it comes to making decisions. You have your two parts that's arguing internally, which, like I said, you biting your lip, you feel anxious. These stories in you is trying to tell you something to keep you safe, and you need to do the opposite of what that's telling you. And a lot of people, you start making decisions based on other people, and what end up happening is it make you resentful at yourself, because you knew deep down inside, you knew to make the other decision. You knew to do it, but you still chose the other one. Right? Adults carry the same emotional layers, but we had them to make the think that we're okay. Like, one of the things I do is I'd be like, oh, I'm okay. Well, deep down inside, I'm not okay. Deep down inside, I'm not okay, but I say I'm okay all the time. God never designed you to live from survival mode. He designed you to live from peace and trust. Your healing is going to happen when you stop allowing survival girl and your inner child to rule in this area. So what happens is, once you get healed from your inner child, when you allow God to integrate you and grow you up from whatever age it is, for me it's 7 years old, when you allow him to integrate you and to grow you up and rebuild your foundation according to Isaiah 61:4, what will happen is you will find yourself having more clarity, but clarity only happens with movement. And if you're not moving, it's because you're not stuck in a place of disobedience. Well, yes, a place of disobedience, but you're also stuck because you're afraid of making the wrong decisions. For me, healing meant to confront this scar, hard shell that I had. I built this outer shell because I believe I had to protect myself. So on the outside, I look like very strong, independent, self-reliant. But deep down underneath all of that, it was a hurt little girl that did not feel safe to make her decisions because she was too busy trying to please everybody else, and she was not pleasing God. Because that's what the inner wisdom was telling me, to do this and do that. But I was second guess my inner wisdom. So I want to ask you this. If you recognize survival girl in your life, if you feel like inner tension when making decisions flare up, I want you to go deeper. I want you to grab my book, and I want you to work the section 6 and 7. Now this Thursday, in my group, Once Broken Now Whole, I'm starting a series until the workbook is completed. That I'm going to go live and do the workbook with you. So if you want access to that, I want you to comment under this video, Once Broken Now Whole. So you'll be able to find out what's underneath Survival Girl. Regulate your nervous system, because you was never meant to live in survival mode. You was meant to live with clarity, courage, and confidence.